everybody, welcome back to Ursa Minor Sewing. Sorry it's taken so long, I've been pretty busy these last couple of weeks. But today we are going to be finishing off the kimono. I think all that's left is putting the two halves together and getting the collar on. And that shouldn't take very long at all because I finished off one of them last night. So let's get started. Okay guys, so the next thing we have to do is get these two halves together. So the first thing you actually have to do is baste the lining to the public fabric along the neckline all the way down the front to this point here. And you want to baste about 3/8 of an inch to 1/2 inch in so that it gets hidden in the seam allowance when we put the collar on. And to put the halves together, you just start with your public side here and just grab some pins and I'll show you. You just start going along. Make sure you're matching your notches. There's the 3 notches right there. Just pin these together about once every 3 to 4 inches. You want to see a pin. Okay. And to make this easier on you, it's a good idea to take this to the ironing board. This is the bottom edge here. Take it to the ironing board before you start pinning this all together and press this open. Doesn't look like it because I pressed it open first and then I flipped it right side out and then I pressed it flat like this, okay? But if you press this open, it actually makes pinning this together at the bottom a lot easier because you want to get these together like this, and you want them open. Okay, so open there, open there. So I'll stick a pin in that now. And you just want to keep going like that all the way down and around. And it's going to get all kind of balled up and weird looking, but that's kind of the definition of this whole thing. I don't know how many times I've said that it's one big balled up mess, but... And yes, I'm listening to Majora's Mask while I do this. You just want to go along and pin all the way around until you get back up through the lining halves. Get back up to the top, and I was mistaken. Don't baste yet. Do not baste the necklines yet. But there you go. Okay, so you want to pin all the way up to here and then stop, okay? And it's a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, so I'm going to go take care of that and then I'll show you guys how to press this, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay. So I've gotten the seam all taken care of. What you got to do now is, here's the neck hole. You just want to slide that over the ironing board like this, and making sure that your iron is on a setting that isn't going to kill your lining fabric in particular. You need to press this open. Like so. Basically the same as pressing open any other seam, it's just I figured I'd show you because it's, again, balled up mess. Now Now, you probably won't be able to pull this all the way up, so you just want to do this and get the stuff you've already pressed out of the way. Like so. And then, see, there's the bottom seam. I'm going to open those up like that. Then open this up like that. And press that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go baste the two layers together and get the collar ready. Okay, so I've got my two collar pieces here, and I've stitched them together along the back seam, making sure that my pattern was upright before I did that, because I would look kind of silly putting that together with the collar upside down. So now what you need to do is along the edge with notches, or without notches rather, you're going to press over 5/8 of an inch of a seam all the way down the one side. And then at this end, with that still pressed over, you're going to sew this in half, like that, so that this is pinned down. Okay? So go take care of that. Go press over 5/8 of an inch and get that closed off. And when you come back, I'll show you what to do next, okay? Okay, so I pressed over my seam allowance, and I've pressed this, or not pressed it, I've sewn down this side, but before I did all that, I actually pressed the whole thing in half this way, because you kind of need to, and I forgot that step. But now that you've got this part sewn down, all you gotta do is trim this down like this, and then I would actually trim that down to about 1/4 inch so that this is easier to turn. Just like that. Take it, turn it like this, and then I don't have a corner turner, but don't use your scissors. And just get in there and kind of massage the corner out. Do the same on the other end. And this way. Just like that. And turn. Okay, now you got that taken care of. You're just going to want to go and give this a quick press before we get started, but I'm just going to leap right into this because I'm on a time crunch. Bring this back in, and I didn't baste mine, I'm just trying to show you what's going on here, but here's your neckline, and the unfolded edge you're going to pin here, matching up your center backs. and all the way along here. And in the corners in particular, you're probably going to need a few more pins than you would normally use. You're going to pin that all the way down till you get to this edge down here. And then you're going to sew along this edge 5/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay? So I'm going to go take care of that, and I'll come back and show you the next step. So now that you got the collar on, you have to press this seam up into the collar, and then you're going to take that edge that you pressed down before and fold it down over top of that seam. And pin in place. And you want to do this all the way around. Get that all tucked up in there. It's not doing what I wanna. Down here. You might have a little bit of overhang on one or the other side, or maybe even both sides, but that's okay. Just go along and keep just folding it over nice and easy, pinning it down. And what you're going to do now is you need to top stitch or edge stitch along this folded edge about a needle's width from the edge of this. You're going to fold and you're going to sew just along here. So my advice is take it slow, no rush. We want this to look pretty at the end. So I'm going to go take care of mine, and I'll come back and show you the end result. And there it is. There's the peony kimono. Ah, pretty. I'll show you the stitching. My edge stitching is not the best. I need a lot more practice at it, but there it is. It got away on me a couple of times. I had to pick out some of the understitching. It turned out not too bad, actually. Quite happy with this. And then over here, here's the koi fish one. I love this one. Isn't that lovely? This one actually went together a lot easier than the peony one. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I wasn't filming this one. I don't know. But there they are. Now it's time for the obi belts. Speaking of which, guys, I'm going to be taking a break from the Japanese clothing for a little bit, just because right now I'm a little swamped with some other things that are more important than sewing. But I will be uploading again probably beginning of September. So I am still sewing and I am still filming, but you're probably not going to see some videos for a while. But I'm going to post on my Facebook page some close-up pictures of the prints of the kimonos and polls for you guys to vote on what color I should make their obi belts. For the koi one, I'm kind of leaning toward like a cream color one. I'm not sure about the peony one yet, but I'm going to let you guys help me decide, and then I'm going to go fabric shopping and when I finally have the money, and we'll see what comes of this. I think my next batch of videos is going to be on my very first commission. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but I think you're going to like it. And the other one that I'm going to be working on is an East Indian sari. So, yeah, won't be seeing those until September, but I am working on them, don't worry. If you guys have any questions about this video or any of the ones from this series, feel free to leave me a comment, or you can PM me on my Facebook page. And share your projects with me, guys. Hashtag Sewing Ursa or Ursa Minor Sewing on either Instagram or Twitter, and I should be able to see it. I look at my feeds pretty much daily. So thanks for joining me again, guys, and until next time, happy sewing!